The Witch Queen brought with it Void 3.0, which really makes the subclasses very promising for the Hunter. And while I'll admit I'm a little disappointed in the ability regen capabilities at this point in time, I managed to come up with a Void build that I actually like. And while I tried really hard to use the Mobius Quiver because that's what everyone likes, I found that it's really not that great for survivability. My biggest disappointment is it just doesn't last that long. Now, full disclosure, I've always been a top tree NIGHTSTALKER main. I've always enjoyed the single deadfall shot. Tether foes to avoid anchor weakening and suppressing them for you and your allies. Now, this thing, it lasts longer with the more kills that you get. So I really like the extension of the super, and it's great because you're not always going to get kills with a tether. So with Mobius Quiver, I would get like immediate kills, but then things would come in and kill me after that. And that was in the legend campaign for Witch Queen. I didn't like it, so I switched over to Deadfall. The Void Anchors fired from Shadow Shot pull targets toward the impact point, which then become traps and wait for prey. Void Anchors have increased range and last longer. Starting with our base abilities, I'm using Marksman's Dodge. Dodge to perform an evasive maneuver with a steady hand. Dodging automatically reloads your weapon. Now, this is the only character in Destiny that doesn't have self-healing. Now that we have the rally barricades that give you an overshield, you essentially heal yourself as a Titan, and of course Warlocks have always healed. So since we're not healing, I really like to get the edge of having my weapon reload when I dodge, because it buys me time to get to another place without having to worry about reloading my gun. So this just gives me greater mobility, one less thing to worry about, and I can get to cover and be safe. Triple jump, always non-negotiable. I do know some people like double jump for some reason, not sure why. Snare bomb is the melee. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like it. I like shurikens better, but we're stuck with snare bomb. And of course I went with Axiom Bolt, as I do on all of my Void characters. This is hands down the best Void grenade, because a bolt of Void light that forks on impact into smaller bolts seeks out targets, and this is really what's behind my Nova Bomb build and why I can get super in less than a minute. So this is the key. But what I like about Axiom Bolt is you're gonna get kills with this, and if you're using a healing nade on your build, that's how the Hunter is gonna heal. So this grenade is everything. For the aspects, I'm using Vanishing Step. Dodging makes you invisible. Of course, this is all about this whole thing is about invisibility. Like, Bungie made it very clear that if you're gonna go Void, you're going invisible. It is what it is. Stylish Executioner. I really like this. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a stylish execution, your next melee attack, while invisible, weakens targets. And onto the fragments. Now these need to build on the aspects a little bit. We're starting with Echo of Expulsion. Void ability final blows cause targets to explode. This actually came from Top Tree Nova Bomb from the Warlock, and it's a great little fragment that I really enjoy. And so this was a no-brainer. As someone who likes explosions, of course we were going to pop this onto our build. Echo of Reprisal. Final blows when surrounded by combatants grants super energy. This was actually incredibly noticeable. So I was really angry that Orpheus rigs were completely destroyed. I could barely get any super energy. Like, why bother? I might delete them, but the roll is too good. Maybe Bungie will fix them later. But I did shoot Shadow Shot in a public event, and I ended up with 50% of my energy back. So this is a pretty nice little thing to have if you're doing Top Tree Tether. All right. Okay, yeah. Shadow Shot. It's still Top Tree Tether to me, okay? It's been that way for 3 years. Leave me alone. With Echo of Persistence, void buffs applied to you, such as invisibility, overshield, and devour, and these can be applied from anywhere, have increased duration. And then finally, Echo of Starvation. Picking up an Orb of Power grants Devour. And we were making Orbs of Power with my bow, which is a kinetic weapon. We'll get to that in just a moment. Starting with the helmet, I have Ashes to Assets. These Axiom Grenades pair very well with this, since we're going to get 4 kills with them usually at any time. Gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. And then I popped on Kinetic Siphon, Rapid Kinetic Weapon Final Blows, create an Orb of Power. Now, if you are using your energy weapon a lot more, go ahead and pop on Harmonic Siphon, and it needs to match your subclass, so you need to use like a void weapon to actually get those orbs. Elemental Ordnance, defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. So there we go. We're starting with creating wells. Going on to the gauntlet, whenever we pick up one of those elemental wells, we will become charged with light. If it matches our subclass, we will get 2 stacks of charge with light. That means since we're getting all void kills and we are void, we'll get 2 stacks of charge with light each time we pick up a well. Bolstering Detonation grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. And Focusing Strike grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a melee attack. So I like to call my left shift button and most of my, well, I think it's V in Destiny, but I always have like an O-ish button to censor myself right there. So that is the button I push to get myself out of trouble. It can heal, it can make me invisible, it could get me out of the area as fast as possible. And in this build, that button is the dodge. So we want to make sure that that class ability is charged at all times. Moving on to our exotic, we have the 6th Coyote, and this gives us a double dodge. So I'm not kidding when I say that I want a lot of dodges, and I do run out of dodges while I'm playing, and sometimes I was abusing it a little bit. But for this one, Sniper and Thermoshock, this is a seasonal mod. It reduces incoming solar damage. So whatever you put here depends on what activity you're going into. As far as energy resistance goes, this is a solar chest armor, so you're only going to have solar resistance available unless, of course, a seasonal mod gives you something else. This is giving us both solar and arc here in season 16. But if you don't have any solar damage that you're going into and there's a lot of snipers, go ahead and put on double sniper damage resistance. Or if they're lobbing a lot of crap at you, try concussive dampener. So these can be moved around and changed depending on what activity you're going into. Firepower, while charged with light, so we pick up that well, and then it gives us 2 stacks of charge with light. While charged with light, regain a portion of your grenade energy when you use your grenade, consuming only 1 stack of charge with light. So this will give us back about 40 to 50% of our grenade whenever we chuck a grenade. Moving on to our leg armor, we have recuperation. It replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power, and then innervation reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. So we're really feeding our class ability and we're feeding our grenades, which are really the 2 best things that this character has. And then finally, heal thyself while you are charged with light. Grenade final blows heal you and consume 1 stack of charge with light. This is why that Axion Bolt grenade is really important, because that thing will seek out enemies and just knock them off so that you can get your heals. And finally, onto the cloak. We have double bomber, so we will get reduced grenade cooldown whenever we dodge. And then we have supercharged. Because we are using so many charge with light mods, I want to make sure we have plenty of stacks available. Also, each time we pick up a well, we'll get 2. So we'll max out after picking up 2 wells. You can have 2 additional stacks of charge with light up to a max of 5. Now, if we had another armor piece with charged up on it, so charged up is right here, we could have a max of 5 stacks. I never do both of them because I'd rather use other mods such as firepower and heal thyself. So we'll max out at 4 on this build, which is perfectly fine because almost everything we do, those grenade kills, they're gonna give us wells. So we'll keep charging with light every time we use a stack. On to our 6 Coyote lore. You want to use your old name? That's fine by me. Just don't tell anyone. Micah Tenda Himura Shinobu. From the Diary of Shinobu. I've deleted my previous entry. All I'll say about it is only one thing scares me more than dying, and that's dying inside these walls. But I made a promise to my home. I took the 3 new guardians for a tour of the Tall Walk today. 2 of them are blue. Actually, truly blue. I can't stop staring. Their names are Theron, Vi, and Nadia. The third is an exo, Lee 4. Theron noticed my staring and laughed at me. Never seen anyone this good looking before, have you? Never seen anyone blue, I said. Theron tried to explain about Awoken. He didn't know much. He doesn't remember anything since becoming a guardian. Then how do guardians pick their names? I asked. According to Theron, exo guardians usually remember their names, but that's it. Awoken and human guardians remember nothing, so they just pick new names. So I asked them why they chose theirs. Theron puffed out his chest. His armor looked like it had once been really fancy, but it was scuffed and dirty from the road, and said, "Because it sounds awesome. Remember the name Theron Vi. It's the name of the guardian who will find the lost Warmind Rasputin." When he said that, Lee 4 managed to look exhausted, which is impressive for an exo. Theron talked about Rasputin and the Baikonur for a while. So to sidetrack him, I asked Nadia where her name came from. But she just rolled her eyes. I don't think Micah's paying me to chit-chat. You're getting paid? Theron said. Lee 4 elbowed him hard. Ow! What was that for? To remind you why we're here, said Lee 4. It was practically the first thing I'd heard her say. Why are you here? I asked. She fixed her electric eyes on me. Old debts. To Micah? No. Nadia slouched against the tall walk parapet. Her head flung back to hang over the side. I thought about pushing her over. Good luck with that, whatever that means, said Nadia. I'm all about new debts. Preferably other people's debts to me. Just then, Lee 4 swung the sniper rifle off her shoulder so fast it almost cracked Nadia on the head. Lee 4 fitted the scope to her eye and held the weapon perfectly still without even leaning the barrel against the wall. A pause filled only by Nadia's complaints. And then Lee fired off a shot. On the horizon, I saw a shadow fall. Fallen? Said Theron. Kings, Lee confirmed. If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and subscribe star communities.